We got Smash Bros. Though.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It is your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. I have Keith Norris. I have K-Bum 20. What's up, people?
What's up? Yo, what it do, man?
Nothing much. So, y'all know what it is. Nintendo has taken over the last week of March and taken over the first week of April. We got Comic Book Crunch. What's up, Comic Book Crunch? So we got to talk about it. Say what's good, fellas. They got an app now for all the little idiots with their rumor channels who made up a Nintendo Direct every week. Dope. We gotta talk about that. So we gotta talk about Nintendo showing out right now. They flexing. They flexing on all the leakers. They flexing on the industry. Nintendo is flexing right now. I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? They just decided to put up a direct when they want to. We ain't gonna let y'all know what we doing. Like really, Nintendo, y'all just gonna put this up? Let all y'all people just be wrong and then come out of nowhere and put a direct up out the blue. But anyway, we are here. Alan Steve, what's up, bruh? What's good? He said, what's up, people? What's up, dog? So, I'm watching this Lakers game with the Bulls. We about to talk about it. But so we got to talk about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond the Chosen One. Oh, man, they're giving Samus new powers. Keith, what's up with that? We also got to talk about 6 days. 6 days. 6 days. I feel like going into my... came up, I feel the spirit coming up. 6 days.
Please don't do that.
I need some organs and some shouting. 6 days. It's 6 days. In 6 days, and we will have Nintendo Switch 2 will be in these streets. And by the looks of it, you might be able to pre-order that day. So, you know your boy's off. I took off for a reason. And that was one of the reasons. I shall secure mine when it's all said and done. But what's up, people?
Yeah, I'm the same way. As soon as they say pre-order's ready, I'm on it.
Man. Hey, Bob, you on it?
Not by the slightest.
Hey, Mom, do we need to call Jedi Knight?
Anybody want to give it to me for free? You can call anybody. Gonna give it to me for free.
Do we need to call Jedi Knight? Do we need to book a trip?
I am not in the rush to get a Switch 2 by any means.
So there's nothing that could convince you on.
I didn't say there was nothing. I'm saying from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything to make me hop in the pre-order line.
So let me write this down. So this is one of the questions I gotta ask when we get to that point. What do they need to show K-Bum to get you to purchase day one? What do they need to show? I need to know. I think I asked you this before, but I'm writing that down. I gotta write that question down right here on my pad. I got a pad here, people, for today. So anyway, but yeah, man, we here. If y'all are listening, let me know who you is, so I can give you shouts out. Don't hide in the chat listening. Don't hide. Get in the chat and let us know who you be. What does K-Bum, make sure I spell that right, K-Bum need to see on the 2nd to cause you to purchase the Switch 2 day one? All right, NS2. I got to spell all that out. NS2. Day one. Yeah, that's going to be one of the questions. So, man, a lot of Nintendo unexpected direct that came out of nowhere. They dropped it today. We kind of knew about it a day earlier, but Nintendo has really been what we would call, Keith, unpredictable, shall we say? Unpredictable. And you know what?
It.
Let me get them shots. I am loving it. What commercial is that? I'm loving it. What is that?
McDonald's.
I couldn't think of who it was. But anyway, I am loving what Nintendo is doing. I like the spontaneity. I like the catch you off guard. Drop the Switch 2 reveal system reveal. Just shadow dropped it, even though we knew it was coming by rumors, but they didn't say, hey, tune in. They just shadow dropped it right then and there. Now, when you would think someone would come a month ago, something like this would have came a month ago. No, they say, hey, we know we got a direct next week for the next thing, but we don't care. Drop it. Like, they just dropping it on the 1 and the 2, the 3 and the 4. So we got to talk about that. It's Nintendo night tonight. I don't know what K-Bum going to do. He here. He with us. K-Bum, you owe us one because we did talk PlayStation pretty good a few weeks ago. So
I don't owe you nothing.
You owe us, man.
This is still a Nintendo podcast. Now, I don't owe you nothing.
Nintendo podcast.
We still, y'all still go in Nintendo. I just get my little Sony segments in when I can.
We are Nintendo fans, but this ain't a Nintendo podcast. I've been booted out the Nintendo community. You see them.
I mean, I understand.
My fan base rejected me. Like, what? You ain't white knighting for Nintendo no more? Forget you, level.
I hear you.
I remember when I used to be accused of buying the Xbox just to hate on it. Like, y'all really believe these people? You think I'm spending $300 something to hate on some plastic? No, I spent this to play. What you talking about? But anyway, we got a little bit to talk about. What's up, Nia? Our number one. Keep us honest in that chat room, Nia. We got a lot to talk about. So I don't know how we're going to approach this on tonight because you know how Nintendo is. They tend to have a problem when you play their stuff. And I'm trying to find a loophole around it. If I can find a loop, I will. If I might play somebody else's and hopefully loophole Nintendo. So I won't play Nintendo's. But we got to figure out a way to get this up. But anyway, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about next week. We're going to give our predictions for what we want to see, what we're expecting. We got to talk about Metroid Prime 4. I got some thoughts that I'm going to share on tonight. Not a rant, just some thoughts. So we get there. But anything else? Have y'all caught up on Daredevil?
No, I'm still a bit behind.
How many episodes behind?
I think I watched episode 3 after the case. It showed the completion of the case.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
The big event at the end. So I haven't seen the next episode that kind of shows you what happened. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, you're about 3 episodes back.
Yeah,
man. I'm gonna say this, man. This is some clever, intriguing, engaging writing. Like this is some of the best Marvel writing I've seen since Winter Soldier.
Since WandaVision, I would say.
Okay,
WandaVision had some great writing too.
That's good. That's fair. Like they are making Daredevil feel a kind of way is grounded in a way that
very grounded.
Yeah, his humanity really shows. Like seeing him outside the mask and wrestling with the mask and wrestling with the alter ego is just a clever way to approach it. Go ahead.
I don't know about that, Charity Man said, I haven't watched Daredevil. They should have kept it on Netflix. That's just my opinion.
Man,
I watched the first season on Netflix. I watched the second season on Netflix. I didn't finish the third season because I was bored and tired of it. Looking at the writing that they have here, looking at the acting, and the connected universe they have with Marvel, I will have to extremely disagree. This is maybe not as dark, but it's close to it. They allow Daredevil to be dark
It's dark.
in this series,
It's
and
dark.
so I will have to disagree a little bit on that statement. But I see your point, but I do disagree.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I disagree
go
too
ahead.
with extreme prejudice. I don't know. It just
Well, shouts out to Cherry Man too. I ain't give you a shouts out, bro. But I'm gonna line with Kawan. What's up, brother? All right, y'all getting up in here. I'm gonna have to align with K Bum and Keith. I did watch a few of the original Daredevils when it was on Netflix. It just didn't hit me. The writing here is on another level. Like this is on a whole different level of writing, acting, plot design. Fist is man. Fist is on a whole nother level of
yeah.
boss. Like this might be one of the best villains outside of Thanos. And I never thought like Fist makes me feel like Thanos. Even though he's not nowhere near the power player that Thanos is, the way he is introduced to this world and his presence over this world and this universe or this particular storyline is weighty. Like him being
Yeah,
mayor,
I agree.
and just him wrestling with the mayor and the actual person that he is and what he's capable of as a character and as a villain. Man, it's brilliant. The acting, the situation with him and his wife, all the revelations that come with that, and him what he is to the city is. Man, it's what Trump wish he was. That's what I would say.
Well, I was saying that they didn't have to go too far to get some inspiration on the Fisk
Right.
character.
Yeah.
They didn't have to sway too far from reality to
Right.
kind of get some inspiration.
Yeah, they clearly
Is,
drawn.
is this one?
Go ahead, Keith.
I was gonna say, is this one based on a comic?
Yes.
Like, they are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nah, I wouldn't-
There,
I wouldn't
in the
do
comic Fisk became mayor. And also the trial was also from the comics. It's a little bit different than what happened, but it's also from the comics.
Yeah, I wouldn't have knew none of that. I follow the characters. I don't really be in the comics like that, but come on, Reeves. There you go, Reeves. But anyway, A.R. Reeves, okay. But anyway, so yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Daredevil, and if y'all or Daredevil, what is it? What's
Born
the
Again or something?
Born Again? There it is.
Or right? Is it
Born
No,
Again.
it's Born
Yeah,
Again.
it's Born Again.
It's Born
It is.
Again. If you have Disney Plus, go check that out. Then go check out Mufasa as well. That's on there. My baby said we got to watch it.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's on there. So I plan on going
Okay,
to watch it.
I'm going to see it.
So with that being said, is there anything else, or are we going straight into what you've been gaming on?
Let's go, man.
All right, let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. Who going first? Who want to take the floor?
I'll take the reins in this one.
All right,
Just like I
Mr.
took
Norris,
the
you
reins in
always,
that
you always
horse.
take the first leg out the K-Bum. You got to get in this 3-man relay, man.
K-Ball
No, I'm
go first
messing.
sometimes?
You've been taking the first about last 4 times. I'm like, dang, keep going the first. Go ahead, you got it. There you go. LeBron.
Alrighty. So I got on some Luigi's Mansions 2. I played
That's
a little
right.
bit with that with my youngest.
That's
He
right.
wanted to see me play it. He didn't want to see. He didn't want me to play the other game that I really wanted to play. So I had to sit there and play Luigi's Mansion 2. Not saying I didn't want to, but we ended up playing that, and I ended up letting him play a little bit. And then I popped in Luigi's Mansion 3 to play the DLC, the multiplayer. Him and my both of my sons, they were both playing that. They didn't play long. But man, let me say something before I go into the
Mm-hmm.
main game.
Mm-hmm.
Luigi's Mansion 3, I forgot how beautiful that game was. Like looking at Luigi's Mansion 2, you're like, oh, this looks cool. But then when you go to Luigi's Mansion 3, it's like, yo, this is like a whole nother realm of graphics.
Yeah.
Like I forgot, like the ghost, the just everything about it just looks so much better. Obviously built from the Switch from the ground up, and the other one was based on a 3DS game. But man, the graphics is just it's crazy. And to Nintendo's credit, they did a good job of Luigi's Mansion 2, bringing it up to par. But it's still like leaps and bounds. Not as good as Luigi's Mansion 3. Anyways, the main game that I have been playing is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Came out last week. I've been really heavy on that game. Sci-fi, uh, new world, trying to, it's of course we know it's a remaster, it's a definitive edition, and they made some quality of life improvements. I'm not the best person to tell you what those quality of life improvements are. There's plenty of YouTube videos that you can look up and find out about it. But man, I'm really digging this game again. Doing all the affinity missions and just doing all the missions because we're all trying to progress humanity. That's our main goal is humanity survival. We got to go out, we got to set pros, we got to mine, and we got to find minerals and things that we can bring back to build up new LA while also fighting monsters. And then there's the aliens, they're also here, and we got to defend ourselves. So it's just once you get it in your mind that like, yo, I'm one small part of a collective universe of humanity survival, it just makes the game so much more epic. And the graphics, just everything about this game
And what game is this?
is
What game is
great.
this again?
This is Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Chronicles X. Okay.
Yeah.
Trash Chronicles X. That's what you said.
What'd you say?
No, oh, wait a minute. My
I'm
mic
sorry.
wasn't. My
I think you
mic
said something
wasn't.
crazy. What?
That was for
So what?
Nia. I'm messing with Nia. Go ahead.
Uh,
That was my Nia jab for the night. Nia, okay, I'm off of it. No more jabbing from level. I'm done.
but don't you don't have to play the main three games, Xenoblade 1 through 3, to understand what's going on. This is a separate game, um, totally on its own, and I can't wait to see if they are to like make a part 2 or something like that. But yeah, there's a major twist in the game about the characters and who they are and what's actually going on. I never beat the first one. I did get far enough. I think I heard somebody say something along the lines of they got their scale and they felt that that was it for them. They was like, that's all I needed to do is get my scale. The scale are the big robots and stuff like that. But anyways, game is great. If you're interested, I would definitely check out some YouTube videos. It's dope. It's not just point A to point B. You actually out there doing things, and you like I said, you are one small piece of humanity's survival. So, pretty dope game.
Okay, all right. K Bomb, floor is yours. What have you been gaming on?
So I've been gaming on I guess at this point, the usuals, which is just a little bit of 2K to break things up. Marvel Rivals trying to get to that Eternal level, which is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than expected. Well, not expected. I know it's going to be difficult. It's very hard once you get to that far up in the skill tree. Um, but I also created a second account so I can play with my brother and help him rank up. And so I've been playing both a little bit on my main account and also on my secondary account, so I can play with my bro and some other homies. Because my other main account a little bit too high to actually be on the same team in rank mode. So I've been doing that. I thought I finished the game, but apparently this game has two endings. An ending you thought you had, and the real ending. So I'm finishing up the Last of Us. I got pretty far. I thought it was going to be over, but apparently, you
Oh
you
yeah, I
you
know what
don't
you're
you
talking
don't
about.
yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't stop. So I'm I was like, oh yeah, it ended. Oh nope, we're not. We're going back out. Okay,
Nope.
cool. So I'm on that part. I should be finished with that fairly soon. I've tried to find another game to play. I did download two games. One I'm interested in maybe trying with the wife. We'll see how that goes. And that's It Takes Two. It is free to
Nice.
download, so I downloaded it. I also downloaded A Way Out, so me and Level can finish our gaming whenever he gets um, PlayStation Plus back, and we'll be able to finish that. And he can stop saying, "Why we ain't never finished this game?"
You
So
diss me, man.
uh,
I had to get rid of the
whenever
old plus. You diss me.
whenever that happens, we'll finish it.
Poor
And
man
then
struggles. Poor man struggles.
it's all good, man. Save your money for the Switch too. Save
Okay,
your
let me
money, bro.
stop saying I'm poor. I'm poor.
Save your money.
Struggle man. Struggle.
It's all good. I actually re-downloaded Limbo, so I never did finish it. Finished it. So I re-downloaded Limbo. I was gonna give that a try. It's something that's to break up some of the other games I've been playing. And then this game was free on the PlayStation Collection, and I picked it back up. I'm probably gonna buy the DLC so I can play it. And that is Mr. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I got a chance to re-download that, and it's so beautiful. I love this game, and so downloaded that
I'm
again.
shocked.
I'm gonna try to 100 the game is what I'm gonna try to
Oh,
do. So I'm going through some of the pieces that I didn't get the first time I played when I finished the story. So I'm gonna try to 100. I'm gonna try 100 and platinum it, and then probably get to play the DLC that they had with the extra stories. So that's kind of my goal, and so that's what I'll be doing. Yeah,
that brother sound like me in Metroid.
man,
Okay.
I love this game, bro.
Okay, so I take it that is my turn. So I haven't played much, but I have played. I haven't played a lot of different games, but I have been playing one particular game a lot. So as I mentioned last week, I went out and I bought Split Fiction, which is the same people that made It Takes Two. I think it's EA, if I'm not mistaken. This is by EA. What's the team though?
Published by EA, but I don't know the
Published
team.
by EA, but I forgot who actually makes the game. Who makes this game? Anyway, I don't have that in front of me. But so me and my daughter beat It Takes Two, and we had a really good time playing that game. This game takes it up a whole freaking other notch. Like It Takes Two was brilliant in his co-play and in his design with forcing you and to play and work together to get through the games. But sometimes It Takes Two got a little, what's the word? Little drawn out, and you kind of were just waiting for it to end. Like at a point, I was just ready to get through it. This game is action. This is an action-packed title. So the premise is this: you play as Mio and Zoe, these two girls who happen to be story writers, and they go to this particular place, and they are going to participate in this this experiment, supposed experiment, but it ends up being not what they were sold on, and they end up going into not. I'm not going to reveal all that, but they end up going into their own stories, and there's a plot with their stories and what's really going on, and what the group that they were going to participate in this experiment. There's a nefarious thing taking place, but Zoe and Mio end up in their own stories together, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So there's a reason why it happens, and I won't explore that. But so you're basically playing through your stories, and you're trying to protect them, and I leave it at that. So each person has one person. K-Bomb, you would really like this. Like Mio is a more of a hi-fi, action-packed thrill ride, cyberpunk, ninjas, high tech type. Her stories fall into those hi-fi, sci-fi worlds, right? And Zoe is more of Zelda and fairy tale and all that. So and then you got others whose stories are also there as well that I perceive that we're going to eventually be kind of drifting into their stories and playing through for those as well. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, this game is amazing. This game is amazing. And it's action-packed nonstop. And it's what I like about this one that's way better than It Takes Two, and I think they learned from It Takes Two, is It Takes Two, you cannot leave your partner. Like, it's like a beat 'em up. You stuck in the same space as them. Like, if you get too far away from them, it breaks. Whereas in this game, in certain parts, you can leave your partner behind, but then if it's a part, you skip a part that you needed to help your partner, you got to track all the way back to help them to trigger something in their screen so that they can traverse the land. And the way that they play with physics, the way that they play with angles, like it's this one part where my daughter as Zoe, she plays as Zoe, I play as Mio. Mio is, I think, Spanish, or she's bilingual, or I don't know what I'm saying that right, but she the mixed, or she's Spanish or something, and Zoe is a Caucasian woman. But her character was more like Kendall when my daughter, when this story started up and you got to see both characters, my daughter's like, that's me, that's how I act. So she chose Zoe, and Mio is kind of more got a little darker, a little reserved and private and hidden, like a lot of internal traumas that's clearly going to be revealed, and you starting to see some of her traumas play out in her stories. So, and then the stories are being affected by what took place. It's dope. So on this one scene, I was a cyber ninja. We were cyber ninjas. And so my character has this ability to defy gravity. So I had to launch onto this particular wall, and I'm running on the side of the wall, and my daughter's still running normal. So we get to this part where I'm running on top, she's running on bottom on this thing, and it looks so freaking, it looked like something out of Miles Morales movies. Like, the visuals are dope. It had like cyberpunk vibes. And then we go to this one stage, which was crazy out the box. We played as two pigs. And my special ability was rainbow flatulence.
Excuse me?
Yes. Everything I said is absolutely legit. One of my powers to help me fly at this pig was flatulence that came out like a rainbow. And it was stupid and crazy, but so, what's the word, fulfilling? And I don't know why. It felt good, and it was so funny to hear the flatulence, the noise, but you flying, and that's your propulsion. And it's a clever stage. But it's so drastic. Then you go, like I said, that was the stage we was in before we became cyber ninjas, and it was totally cyberpunk rad. I'm trying to think of Ninja Gaiden, drawn for those aesthetics. And it's like, man, and it's nonstop. No load up, you just go from one story to the next story to the next story to the next story, no stopping. Just keep going. It's like totally different from It Takes Two. And the game is dope. Like my daughter, like It Takes Two, my daughter wanted to play it, and she wanted to play it. This game, she come home like, I've been thinking about it, but Dad, are we going to go down and play it today? So we've just been playing some split fiction, and I would say we're about 15% through it. And the game is amazing, man. I would tell anybody, You will love this game just from the aesthetics, from the graphics, from the storytelling, the acting. Man, it's some serious, and it's some. It's not really for kids. I'm letting my daughter. It's for teens, and she's 14, so she can get away because it's got some language. But my two 9-year-olds come down and watches. It does have a few colorful words sometimes in it that I could do without for them, but it's not too bad. But no, man, this game is everything they saying it is. I'm highly impressed by Split Fiction. Highly impressed.
Really?
So, but that's all I gained on this week with her. So, anything else before we get into these topics? All right, so let's go. All right. So as y'all know, and I saw somebody, Dark 310. What's up, 301? What's up, bruh? So, as y'all know, Nintendo has taken over the last 2 weeks, these last 2 weeks, with this out of the blue direct for the OG Switch and the upcoming and highly anticipated Switch 2 direct on the 2nd of next week. We got a lot to cover. I think I found a workaround to play this. I think how I'm going to do it is I'm going to speed it up with no sound. I think we might be able to get away with that. Hopefully, we are able to get away with this. But Nintendo had their direct today, and they showed some of the same stuff they've been showing, like a lot of the JRPG remakes, like Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and I don't want to go through all of this, but I do want to cover a good portion of it. I want to know, and I'm gonna give the floor to you, Keith. Just real quick, just give me your sense. How did you feel about this direct? And I'm gonna have to bounce out just for a second. Go ahead.
Man, I was extremely excited about this direct. Only because I'm always just anticipating something special, something unique, something that I wasn't thinking about that I would want. You know, like, oh, what are they going to show me and going to surprise me? But after watching it, I did get a chance to see the things that I wanted to see, or the thing that I wanted to see, if I'm honest. But I really didn't care for this direct. It was a lot of stuff, a lot of throwaway stuff for me. Of course, every direct, no matter good or bad, they're always going to have 1 or 2 or 3 games that you're going to want to play. But overall, it was. I honestly was sitting there thinking to myself, why did Nintendo even do this? What was the purpose of this? I didn't, other than showing Metroid, I was like, I could have did without this direct. So I wasn't really feeling it. I thought it was a bad direct for me personally, but that's my take. And I think Level said he stepped away. K-Bone, did you get a chance to check it out?
Yes, I did get a chance to check out the direct. And so, does you want just to share kind of your initial feelings about it? I guess is kind of what we're.
Just your initial feelings.
Yeah, my
Hang on now.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to come off as a hater this podcast, but it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. It didn't hit, and even I'm gonna save that for later. But no, there were maybe 1 or 2 games that actually looked interesting to me. The rest was kind of To me, it felt like this didn't feel like, hey, we're about to drop some nuggets on you. To me, it felt more like, hey, let's get this information out before you guys forget about it. With the Switch 2 reveal, because once that comes out, you're gonna forget about everything else that's coming out in the summer. So let's go ahead and get some of this information out. We got some stuff that we've been cooking up, that we've been working on. We want to at least give them their time to shine. I think this probably would have been better a couple of weeks before. Would have been better to showcase this and then to kind of space yourself out so you're not just dumping information close to each other. Because I think after next week, I think everyone's going to forget about this direct. To be honest, I don't think this is going to have time to breathe. Any time to breathe, and I think that's kind of bad marketing, right? That you don't give yourself time to your games time to have their shine or their time in the light. That's going to be quickly kind of just tossed aside. So yeah, that's my initial thought. That's how I felt Nintendo kind of did. Just hey, we got some games on the Switch still. Here you go. But the real thing is going to be next week where they drop the bomb and everyone's going to be super excited for what's coming next. So that's my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like with the few things, and again, this is my own bias, but with the few things that I feel like, and I know we're going to talk about it when Level gets back, the few things I feel like they could have just really went in a little deeper on just those things. I feel like it was so much stuff and so much fodder. What we call it during the Wii era, the shovelware.
Yeah.
This was a lot of shovelware.
So I apologize. I had a call that I couldn't avoid, and I kind of missed all what y'all said. But go ahead, Mama. I'll catch up.
I mean, we was basically saying that it didn't do it for us, this direct. But at the same time, I didn't think that it was going to. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought, it'd have some more surprises, like, Star Fox Zero, just out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Last ditch effort of getting every Wii U game on the Switch.
Now I'm gonna say this though, this game right here. Now it was a lot of the same stuff we always see. A lot of that, what you say, filler, shovel. Some of it is shovelware, some are just filler. Some of it play on a lot of nostalgic. Especially from that 2D era, that's SNES era, those JRPGs. Like I said, with the first one that they showed, what was that? What is that? Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and but this one here with the Pac-Man, the kind of side scroller. What was the name of this game? Right here, I think
it's Shadow Labyrinth.
It's
Shadow.
No, it's Darkness. Consume got Darkness. Cosm got Darkness. I think that's the name of it. I'm looking at it right now. I hope I'm saying that right. Consume Darkness. Anyway, it's the side scroller with the Pac-Man is in it, and it's like a demented Pac-Man. That looked kind of cool. Oh, maybe that isn't what it was. Is that the name of it?
No, they just saying Consume Darkness. The name is Shadow Labyrinth.
Shadow Labyrinth. Okay, right. That one looked kind of interesting just because of the play on Pac-Man. But to me, no, I wasn't. This is what I expected from this direct. This is exactly what I expected. Nothing about this direct was shocking to me. Nothing felt out of, it felt like it was supposed to be this. Get all this stuff out. Let us get all this stuff that's for the Switch out. Let's clear out this stuff so we don't have to deal with it next week. Because, so let's just announce all the stuff. And I believe they meant to do this. This was supposed to happen in February, but because of the leaks and the rumors, I think Nintendo just been trolling people. Like, okay, since y'all want to keep leaking our stuff and playing around with our stuff, we're not going to have it in February. We're going to pick an obscure date that y'all wouldn't believe and think we would do. And they picked the week before the Switch 2 reveal, which is a very odd time. And I was listening to, what's the two people that used to work for Nintendo? They got a podcast.
Kit and Krista.
Kit and Krista. Kit and Krista?
Kit and Krista, yeah.
Kit and Krista, right, okay. They were saying how they can only imagine the strain and the stress that the team is under with doing 2 directs in 2 weeks. I'm like, I don't think they under no strain because I believe this is already done. They had this direct done. They just didn't put it out because I think Nintendo is protesting leakers. Like, remember they was all talking about this supposed to have been coming in February, like a big direct was supposed to happen in February, and it just didn't happen. And you had all these prominent, popular rumor people putting out that it's coming, and it didn't happen. And then you pick a week before Switch 2 to put out a Switch video that in the time, like K-Bum said, it really doesn't make sense. It's really, I ain't gonna say poor marketing, but you're not setting these games up to win. But it's okay because probably all these games will be playable on the Switch too. So it ain't like you hurting anything.
No, probably to it. They will be.
Right. So you can throw out this.
I still think there's an impact. I don't think we can just completely chalk it up and say, hey, there's no impact here. This direct is going to be forgotten. It's going to be it's going to be forgotten.
It was going to be forgotten anyway. So I'm agreeing with you.
I agree with that, but at least allow it time to breathe. Allow it to have some time. Have back and forth, some conversations, some videos. People can make some stuff about it.
I think that's what Level was saying. He was saying that this was going to come out a long time ago, but that Nintendo's just protesting. Unfortunately,
agreed, but it still comes out. It's still not the best decision. I understand the protest. I understand I'm not going to give them credit. Saying they could be protesting, but what I'm saying is, even with the protest, this is still not good timing. I get that, and so it's still okay to call that out.
Right, I agree with you. I'm not arguing that you're not right. You're right. This is poor timing, but that's just it. That's what lets me know. This is a meaningless direct for Nintendo. This is get this mess out my way so we don't have to deal with it later. That's what it is. It's like, it don't matter when we put this mess out. If you want it, it's there. We throw a few little trinkets in here to make it feel like a bona fide direct with the Metroid Prime, which we're going to get there, and a Marvel Cosmic, which was, man, me being a beat-em-up guy was dope. You threw a little sprinkle of Pokemon up in here, and I think they ended on whatever that mess was. I can't remember what it was. This is a forgettable direct by any standards outside of Metroid Prime 4. This is a forgettable direct. And that's why I said it's a run-of-the-mill. We've seen these directs. It's a mid-direct. It's mid by every metric is mid. Other than the little bit more revealing of Metroid Prime 4. So to put it out a week before Switch 2, even though everything you said, K-Bum, is right on the money, is not the best thought. I believe it's just they protesting like, hey, we throw this, we just show y'all how much we don't like what y'all doing. We throw this out a week before the other event. We make y'all wait to hear more about your Switch a week before the Switch 2 reveal. And yes, Switch 2 is going to gobble this thing up. It's going to eat all
I still don't agree with that because that still makes it puts Nintendo in a place that they're making a good decision, and it makes it seem like, yeah, this was good. Put in those words. No, I'm not trying to feed it, but I'm saying put it in those words makes it seem like this is a good plan. It's gonna be, and it makes them look. It puts them in a good light, which I don't agree with that at all.
I don't think they care.
My take.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they cared about this direct. This is we done with the Switch. And here's some more stuff for it if you want this stuff for the nostalgic people. It's a I don't care direct. And I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to absolve anybody. I agree with what you're saying. But I do think it's because Nintendo is trying to show people we move by our own standards and we're not going to let you spoil and ruin and violate our times and stuff we got scheduled. We control that, and if y'all gonna put stuff out and leak stuff, then we'll pull our stuff and hold it. Y'all can't control us like that. That's what I saw, but I can see it's not me disagreeing with you though. I'm not even trying to defend Nintendo. This was stupid. This was kind of poor timing. This is absolutely poor timing. But when you see what it is, it's like, oh, who cares about? I don't care about this stuff. Let's put it like that. I don't care about none of this stuff.
I mean, that's why I said in the chat as well.
Yeah. Let me think.
This was kind of just
Cosmic. So let me read some of these. Cosmic. Comic book. I said keep saying cosmic. Comic book crunch said I thought it was unnecessary. I think that. I think they do. I think they do them now because all the rumors. So they're like, let's put a bunch of blank together and show a tease of Metroid Prime. Yeah, it seemed like that's what they did. Nia, I don't think Nintendo was trying to wow us. They were trying. Were tying up loose ends. Okay, yeah, that's what I think this is. This is a lot of stuff that they got to get out that so they could give this attention to the Switch, and then they could be done with focusing on the Switch as much. Because I believe after this is just gonna be all this can be played on the Switch too. So we ain't got to talk about the Switch.
Well, no. That Tamagotchi life is coming 2026. So the Switch ain't dead.
It ain't dead. I'm saying we ain't got to talk. I'm saying we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about it as much because we can cover all this, even just talking about the Switch too, and we can just say also coming to the Switch. But you can put most of your focus on the Switch too. And because that's what they emphasis going to be. Yeah. So let me see, Cherry Man. Let me see. I think we're definitely not seeing Metroid again next week. I don't agree with that, but we'll get there at near down the road. So let me get my take. So this is a mid card. This is a mid. This is This is get it out, shovelware stuff we've been sitting on, the same stuff we've been seeing, the same aesthetic, same type of games that they gave us all through the generation of the Switch. I don't know why anybody want to keep playing the same stuff over and over and over again. It's the exact same stuff. You change the name, same game. That's a rhyme. That's my rapper. Change the name, same game. That's how a lot of this stuff looks to me. I couldn't distinguish between none of this if you didn't show me a title. I would think you showing me the same stuff that you showed me 50 other times. So it's shovelware. It's a shovelware direct. But this right here, though, this right here, I loved, and I have a complaint. Metro Prime 4.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna explain myself, but Keith and K-Bum, I'm gonna let y'all go first. Metro Prime 4 thoughts, bro. Go ahead.
Let me go, Keith. I get out the way, then you guys can go ahead and have your conversation because I'm going to be honest, and like I said, I'm probably going to be looked at as a hater. This podcast was perfectly fine by me, but this didn't look good to me at all. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't like it, but to me, it wasn't. It didn't feel beautiful. I don't know. It to me, it's the texture thing. The texture just doesn't pop off the screen with this game. The textures feel muted in some fashion. I'm not trying to find ways to hate on it. But I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed by it. It did the thing again. Where I don't know if you have to read those things you scan.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have to read the things you scan. But it just like, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm not impressed. I like I say I don't know. Like I really come off as a hater, but even like some of the telekinesis powers and how they used it, like when they had the bullets go through the three people, I felt like I was looking at what's that game called? The Microsoft own now, Bethesda has Fallout. That's what Fallout does, right? When they slow time and they do a little bullet time thing. I don't know. It didn't pop off the screen to me. The gameplay wasn't exciting, right? And the little puzzle things of using the I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that. I wasn't impressed. It didn't blow me away. It didn't make me want to get it. So I'll take it back to this. When I saw Breath of the Wild, you guys remember? I saw the trailer for Breath of the Wild. I said this makes me want to get a Switch. When I saw it, on the podcast I said that reveal was dope. I thought I loved it. It made me want to get a Switch. This doesn't make me want to get a Switch. And I know this is coming up with Switch 2 and blah blah blah. But it doesn't it didn't do it for me. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that there and you guys can have at it and have your fun talking about Metroid. But for me, it didn't hit.
So Nia, hold
And
your
I'm probably the minority. I'm probably the
Hold your
minority, but it
horses.
didn't hit for me.
K-Bum, my retort to that would be, this is 8 years. This is an 8-year-old system. When we saw the Switch, things have changed so much so since Breath of the Wild first was revealed. So I can understand, and I'm gonna explain. That's why I said I am both. I was happy to see it, and I'm also I'm concerned, and but that plays into what I got to say. So Nia, hold your thoughts, because it's level. It has nothing to do with level. Isn't an actual Metroid Prime fan. I am. But I am honest about Metroid Prime, and I'm going to be honest about it because I want it to be bigger than what it is. I believe it should be bigger, and I'm gonna explain myself. But Keith, I'm gonna give you the floor because I know you was really as the Metroid Prime fan here, more so than me. I want to give you the opportunity to express your thoughts about what you saw here with this additional revealing of this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my first comment is going to be directed towards Kmon. I understand exactly why you feel that way. Versus everything in what Level just said, versus everything on the market, this still looks a generation behind.
Yeah.
I get that. But based on Metroid Prime, this looks far better than any Metroid Prime we've ever seen. So therefore, I have to categorize this as a beautiful looking title.
Okay.
I don't even understand or what the Switch 2 is going to be and or how it can improve it. That wasn't shown, so I can't talk about it. I think what they shown for me, I think is beautiful. Graphically, we've never seen Metroid Prime that looks like this. We've never seen her suit look like this before. The enemies, when they the ones with the yellow, when they came on the scene, it certainly reminded me of Dread, the way they look, the graphics and stuff. So I'm wondering if they had some inspiration from the 2D Metroids as well. But for me, it's Metroid. It's where I want to be. It's the universe that I want to explore. They've only given us breadcrumbs. They haven't given us the meat and potatoes or anything like that. We just had the little breadcrumbs, and we can just try to piece together. I've seen people try to come up with their explanation videos and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's look like this. I'm just watching it. It's like, oh man, I can't wait to play it and get into the universe or whatever. Now, I'm not really feeling the psychic powers. I really ain't. It almost felt unnecessary, and when they were moving the thing and moving the little hand across the screen, I was like, oh, I really don't want to do gyro. I was like, I really don't want to do motion controls. I really liked it in Metroid Prime 3 when you were taking the shield off with the left nunchuck, but I really don't want to do that, and that looks so precise. Now, Metroid Prime always try to do something unique with the controls in that regard. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch and see where they take us on this adventure. I hope the game opens up and more open world than what they're showing us. But I'm just taking it for what they've shown us. I think the game looks beautiful. I'm digging the red. I'm digging the red suit. I think this looks good. Now, do I want to play it in this form after I see the Switch 2 version? Probably not. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now.
And that's the precise issue that I have. Everything K-Bum said, and Nia, no, I am not a 2D Metroid Prime fan because I haven't played but one 2D Metroid Prime, or two, Metroid, and that's the original Metroid for the NES, and Metroid Dread is the only 2D Metroids I've ever played. All my Metroids have been the 3D version. I'm a Metroid Prime guy, just like I didn't play many other Zeldas before Ocarina of Time. Because I really wasn't and I'm really starting to be honest, I really didn't become a Nintendo fan until the 64. I enjoyed playing games, and I chose the NES because that's what I first started playing, and I did try to rival against Genesis and all that, but 64 made me an actual Nintendo first party fan. So I missed a lot of that stuff on the NES outside of Mario, and I was Double Dragon, I was Contra, I was Street Fighters, I was the arcade stuff. I was not necessarily a Nintendo guy other than Mario. So with this, it's everything K-Bum said. So everything Keith said is how I feel, and everything K-Bum said is how I feel. I'm both you guys in one person. On Keith's side, this looks amazing because it's Metroid and we've never seen it look this good. But we have too many other examples out here of how games of this caliber look. And me just being honest, when stacked up against other games that does what this is doing, it's showing its age. It's really showing that I feel like they should have helped either if because there's a rumor out there that they're not going to show any Metroid Prime 4 next week. Now, me personally, I don't believe that. I really don't. And I don't believe it because of how they just showed it. To me, and I was kind of trying to articulate this to you, Keith, earlier, my problem is how they're handling Metroid Prime 4. The first reveal was dope. What we got last year was dope. It was short, but it was dope. We have been longing and thirsting to see this game. We finally got to see it. We see that opening scene. It's breathtaking. Oh, my God. We finally see it as real. It's not just a thought. It's just not a fun anymore. It's an actual full-fledged game that we can see. Haven't heard anything about it since. A week before the Switch 2, you show it again, and it is showing age. It's showing that it is age. As good as it looked, you just acknowledged it, Keith, it looks dated. And I can't get mad at K-Bum, and I have to agree with him. And that's why I feel like it has to be a Switch 2 version. It has to. Or this game is not going to, it's going to be treated like all the other ones. It's going to do the same that all the other ones doing. It's not going to get the attention and the love that it deserves because of the very thing K-Bum said and what you just admitted to yourself, Keith. This game looks dated, even though it looks great for a Metroid Prime 4 game, it looks dated when compared to other games in that same category of style and artistic, not necessarily realistic, but going for a more that type of vibe or that type of visual. Some of these textures were bothering me. I can't front. I need to stop pausing this thing. Some of this stuff was bothering me. And I can see that it's a great looking game under the limitations of the Switch. There's something great here. That if they don't put this on the Switch 2, it's going to be a problem for me. I think it's going to be a problem for this game in general. I'm not mad at the psychic powers. I feel like it's so much not being shared here. It's so much they still hold into their chest. And I do believe the other rumor that what they show at the Switch 2 is really going to be the real for real debut, real showing of this game. You can look at this and tell this game wants to pop. This game wants to shine. And it's only not shining because of what is on. This game clearly can shine beyond this. It's there. You see it. It's just like when they take a game that's for the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 4 and they brought it over to the Switch. You see the downgrade, and it's clearly this is downgraded from what's actual possible. What is the name of it? What is their name that makes this game? Skipping my head.
Retro.
Retro Studios. Clearly, Retro Studios can do more visually impressive, more visually impressive game than this. So for me, I'm holding out judgment on this until next week because I believe they're gonna blow us out the water with this game next week. That's my hope. So I'm not bothered by what they showed. I'm glad to see it. It let me know what's going to be better looking later. But if they don't show this game next week, even if it's coming to the Switch 2 and they don't decide to use this as an opportunity to show off this game, to me, that's what I'm going to have to go with K-Bum. Now, that will be a disservice, and that'll be lacking smarts. I believe the person who said Switch 2, Metroid Prime 4 would blow everything else showed on the Switch out the way, Switch 2 out the way. I'm believing that based on this trailer, I believe that is true, and I believe next week is going to be the true tester for this game, not what we just saw. I'll leave it at that.
All right, I just want to jump back in. Yeah. I just want to make sure that my position on it is clear. I'm saying I agree with K-Bum based on today's standards. But for Metroid Prime, this is beautiful.
And
I'm not necessarily saying it's dated. I'm just saying if we were to compare it to unseen Switch 2 version and the rest of the industry, but we can only compare it to what they showed versus what we have in the past, and this is the best we've seen it look.
But
Switch.
My only pushback to that is this, Keith. Is that good enough to just be it's the best we ever seen it look when we know that they have a more powerful system? They cannot allow this game to be exclusive to the Switch or not show something next week. To me, that they can do what they want to do. But I guess my question, would that be smart? Oh, that's my boy. They've been cheating my team.
Oh,
we lost the game. Doggone it, man. They hit a 3 at the buzzer. After we just took the lead at 3 seconds. I apologize, y'all. My Lakers just got beat. That was crazy. Austin Reeves hit the score to take the lead with 2 seconds left on the clock. They hit a 3 from half court. Anyway, let me get back on. So that's my thoughts.
You said would that be fair? I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Okay, what you're saying is I understand what y'all are saying, but for a Metroid Prime game, this is the best we've ever seen, and it's like you making justification for where it's at. Like it's that to me is not okay. Is even though you're right, it's still not okay. Like for me, this, like I said, next week is gonna be my teller. If they don't show, if this is what it is, and there's nothing else, if there is no Switch 2, is that okay? Version.
It has to be okay. Because what you're saying is you would have to go back and change all your arguments for every other game that you've seen since day one. Because the Switch has been the same for 8 years. You would have to change all your positions.
You have to explain that a little deeper because I'm kind of lost on that.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. K-Bum honestly has been consistent. He said the textures are bad. And I've even admitted that the textures are bad on Breath of the Wild, so on and so forth. This Metroid game pretty much has the same type of textures.
I agree, but again, what did I just say?
At one point, it was okay.
No, that's a conflation. You conflating. K-Bum just literally said when Breath of the Wild came out, it made him want to get the Switch. But guess what? That was 8 years ago. A lot has changed over 8 years. That's almost a decade. So yes, my tolerance for Nintendo's weaker system was okay when you was facing off against the PlayStation 4. But now we are 3 years into the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro. You decide to bring Metroid Prime 4 in the latter days of your old age system. And yes, it's looking the best it's ever looked. And it still looks dated. I can give Breath of the Wild. I was okay with Breath of the Wild. Looked amazing to me. It doesn't now. Tears of the Kingdom looked amazing to me, but we called out the problems of the GPU and the lag and in some of the textures. We called that out then. But that was 3 years ago. This is 2025. And you just now want to give us probably your best looking Switch game in this last year. and I'm saying if you decide to leave it on the Switch, which some think they're going to do. I'm saying I don't believe they're going to do that. But if they decide to do that this is you can play it on your Switch too, but there's not going to be any upgrades to it. It's going to be exactly what you see. I'm going to say, to me, that's wasted. That's wasted to me. Like Nintendo, you might have just should have pushed this to the Switch too and use it as a showcase for what that system could do. Don't waste Retro Studios' capabilities on this age-dated system, and we clearly see this thing is great, got greatness all on it. It's just being held back by a system that has overstayed its welcome. I'm not switching on that. So for me, it'd be silly for Nintendo not to have a more advanced version of this title and being a cross-platform. That's all I'm saying.
That's still unknown.
I know.
I feel like we should just focus on what we see.
I said that's why I keep saying if they don't. I'm calling it right now, even though I don't know. I'm saying if they don't have a Switch 2 version, for me, I'm calling it on the 28th or the 20. What is today's date? The 27th of March. That if April the 2nd we don't see a enhanced Switch 2 version of Metroid Prime 4, leveled is saying Nintendo screwed up. Now, all the 1 million nostalgic people will buy it for the Switch. I'm gonna give y'all claps. All you 1.2 million. But everybody else gonna skip out on this game. They're going to overlook this game for every reason that K-Bum is saying, and that's what I'm calling out. K-Bum even said, I would have bought the Switch for Breath of the Wild. So I feel like that's a variable that's not being accounted for. K-Bum said that 8 years ago when he was talking about it in comparison to the PlayStation 4. Breath of the Wild looked amazing. The storyline looked amazing. We had never seen Zelda look like that. I don't want Breath of the Wild today. I don't want Tears of the Kingdom now.
But he got a magnifying glass and looked at Breath of the Wild a little closer and was like, can't do it.
No, he played the game. He played the game and he said he couldn't. He didn't say he couldn't do it for the visuals. He said he couldn't do it for the storyline and the gameplay. It wasn't about the visuals.
I remember him talking about the text.
No, I did talk. I talked about how the visuals weren't there. What made me stop playing was the gameplay, but I went on extensive conversations about how it looked good on paper, but when you get into it, it wasn't as impressive as I wanted it to be. I thought, still was a great looking game, but yeah, I definitely complained about some of the visual issues with the game and kind of pointed them out.
Yeah, I'm okay. I guess y'all missing what I'm saying, or Keith might be. I'm not
missing what you're saying.
But you trying to hold me to a standard of how I felt about Breath of the Wild, which I still do feel that Breath of the Wild, the way that they marketed Breath of the Wild was dang near flawless. That first time they really showed it, and all the way that they put the music, the whole aesthetic was amazing at that E3 that they did that, where it was the only thing there. And then we found out that it was coming to the Switch, and it was basically the Wii U version. It wasn't even that big of a difference between the two. We understood what the Switch was, but the Switch is 8 years old. At this point, I feel like it's fair to say, no, Nintendo, no, that ain't right to throw this game. Yeah, because you got 150, but you also keep killing this franchise by not giving it what it needs. You're not marketing it well. I don't like how they showed it in here, even though I like what I saw. I didn't like how it came up. I ain't like that they just dropped it like it's a mid-tier title. It didn't even get the build-up. Like, this is Metroid freaking Prime 4. People really love this franchise. And y'all treat it like it's a run-of-the-mill title. You throw it in the middle of your direct out of nowhere. Don't even give it any build-up. You actually save another silly game for if to close out, you put something you think was, because you know that's going to sell more. So if you really believe in this game and you're going to give Retro Studio all this liberty to make this extremely graphical game, let them do it to the utmost. Don't relegate it to this. And yes, it's cool for Metroid Prime because we never seen it look like that, but we've seen other games that look like Metroid, what they try to do, and it looks way inferior. And it's just facts. And I'm willing to say that, even though I would still most likely get it. But I feel like I can say, nah, Nintendo, don't do that. Give this game what it deserves on the Switch too. And if they don't, that's when I'm going to have my rant. I ain't ranting right now.
Okay. But it's close. But
I'm not ranting right
what they
now.
said, no, and we can move on because I know you want to talk about the other game, and I kind of want to talk about that one too. But their initial statement was, we're not talking about Switch 2. There will be no updates about the Switch 2.
Yeah.
But we're still holding this particular game to Switch 2 standards, of which we don't even know what those are.
Not really doing that. I hear what you're saying. I'm looking beyond the Switch. I'm done with the Switch. I've been saying I'm done with the Switch.
I know you are.
I haven't bought any game outside of Mario Wonder, I think, was the last game I bought for the Switch. I haven't bought anything for the system that I would say is serious. What's up, Darkwing Dragon? Welcome to the show. So when I said I was done, I meant it. Like I said, Wonder was it for me. I'm not buying. I don't really want to buy Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch. So for me, if it's not on the Switch too, I'm probably going to buy it. But I'm going to be upset because I'm done with the Switch. I've been done with the Switch. I don't know how many ways to slice it. I've been done with the Switch for about 2 years. I was done with the Switch at the Tears of the Kingdom, for real. If I be technically honest, and then Echoes of Wisdom got my attention for a little bit. I've been done with the Switch. It's been a dead system for me, other than just in case I have to play Metroid Prime here, I can't give it to my daughters. It would have been in my daughter's room. They would have been playing Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and the Milky Way of the blind. I don't even know how to even try to play Minecraft on this thing. It's dizziness for me. But Metroid Prime looks amazing and I don't feel like it should be for a Switch game. No, because the Switch is 8 years old. So for a Switch game, it doesn't look as good as it should look for a Nintendo title in 2025. That's what I'm saying. So why I put it there, or why relegate it to just the Switch, I'm praying and hoping that Nintendo is smart enough and forward enough to realize this needs to be a cross-gen title, and it should have cross-gen features on the Switch too. And so I'm holding my rant. I'm just being honest. Now, if we cross the second and we don't see Metroid Prime 4 Oh, level, no matter how excited I'm going to be about everything else they show, level is going to have his moment of ranting. You're going to get it next week. If they don't show this game, I'm going to be highly upset. And it's going to be forgotten for me because I'm going to be focused on everything else on the Switch too. Metroid Prime 4 will be a loss for me. I might still get it.
That's crazy.
And I might not. I'm just saying, look.
I'm just being
honest.
Your personal preference.
Yeah, I don't want to play it like that. I don't want to play it. Tears of the Kingdom let me know. Tears of the Kingdom let me know. The Switch. I even said this, Keith. Tears of the Kingdom let me know the Switch needs to go. I said it then. I'm thankful, but everything was helped. These games are being held back. I've been saying this since Tears of the Kingdom. And as much as I enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, I don't want to play it like that. I don't want the slowdown. I don't want the lag. I don't want the tearing. I don't want, even though it's, and I definitely really don't want to do it for Metroid. If I'm going to play Metroid Prime 4, I want to play it 60 frames, no slowdown, I want to play it in full glory. I'm spoiled now, people. I'm spoiled. What? I have a PlayStation. Keith, you have a PC. You know there's better. So
what was the most significant thing to you out of that trailer? I'll tell you what the most significant thing for me was. They didn't give a hard date.
Out of the trailer or out of the? I thought you were talking about
out of that trailer for Metroid. No, for Metroid Prime 4. They didn't give us. They didn't give us a hard date, which leads me to believe that it's going to be cross-gen.
Yeah, that's what
I hope it's cross-gen because this type of game will definitely benefit from the extra horsepower. The fact that they're doing it in the different biospheres that they're going to have, type of gameplay that it is. I think it will definitely benefit from that type of power. I really hope they give it justice. If this is a Switch only title, I think this is a misstep by Nintendo, to be honest, especially when it comes this late in the cycle. If it's not a cross gen, I think they fumbled the bag. I'll just be completely honest.
Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all got to be fair to your boy. I'm not even ranting. A rant and being honest is two different things. I'm not ranting. I'm being honest about where I'm at with where I want to play Metroid Prime 4. I see what you said. Like Darkwing said, we know there's better. Most of us just don't care. I'm not in that most. I do care at this point. I do. I've seen enough to know that's not how I want to experience it anymore. I love Nintendo titles, and I want to see Nintendo titles presented in a better way. I want what they got next, so I want this game on their powerful new system. It's not like I don't want the game. I just don't want it on their old dated system. Just like I was upset with Skyward Sword. Excuse me, when it came out. That made no sense to me to release that game on the Wii. I was upset with that. And I understand now, looking back, hindsight 2020, they had to because they built in motion controls. But you got the Wii U right here. You put the Wii U out with no real seller. New Super Mario, which was great. I enjoyed it. But we all know what happened to the Wii U. Could you imagine if Skyward Sword was actually on the Wii U and took advantage of the power of the Wii U? What could have possibly changed for the Wii U? And you still got motion controls there. That's what I'm saying. We've seen this. I've heard this music. I don't want Retro Studios to be held back. This great title. Clearly there's greatness in this title. It's clear as day. You can see it. Let me go back. We just stood on this too long, but there's clearly greatness here. And the only problem is on a system that is can't show it. And because it looks great and I don't think, and this is why this is the only place I'm pushing back at Keith. I don't think it's right to say it's the best we ever seen Metroid Prime look, and that's the okay. That's what makes it okay, because it's the best we ever seen Metroid Prime look. I'm like, that ain't for me. That ain't good enough.
How is that fair to compare the Switch 8-year-old hardware that was dated day one? How is that fair to compare that to things of PS4, PS5, PC? That's not fair. We've fought this and talked about this since the day it came out.
It's fair to me because Nintendo has a new system that can make this game look way, 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 way better than what the Switch can. That's what I'm focused on. There, I can see if Nintendo didn't have a new system coming, and this is the Switch, and we 6 years in, like remove Tears of the Kingdom and put Metroid Prime 4 there. Okay, we know that Switch 2. We don't know when Switch 2 coming. It's down the road. We in for an 8-year haul. I would be more okay at that point in the game for Metroid Prime 4. But the fact that this game has been in development for so long and you screwed it up to where it didn't meet its actual Switch cycle, it threw it out because you screwed up with who you had developing it and it wasn't up to your standards. So you had to scrap all that and start all over. I'm saying, so at this point in the game, I think it is fair to say no. You have a new system that could actually do this game the justice that it deserves because of what it's trying to do. The Switch is really holding it back. And so that's where my judgment and critique is going to be levied from if they don't show it next week. It's going to be, you have a system here. You had this great game that you chose not to put on this new system that you have.
We don't know that. We don't even know that.
Keith, I'm saying if. There's
no need to say if.
No, I can't say if. If they don't, if they do it, then hey, claps. Thank you, Nintendo. If they don't, I'm slapping everything moving. It's if. This is predicting next week. I told you said you finna rant tonight.
If they don't, I'm gonna need that video. If they don't, I need that video.
I told you. You said you ran tonight. I said, no, I'm not ranting tonight. I'm gonna be honest about what I saw here with Metroid Prime 4 and my problems and why it didn't blow me away is because it can't. It can't blow me away on the Switch. Nothing can blow me away on the Switch at this point. Nothing. That's why I'm done with it. The visual, nothing is going to be Breath of the Wild again for me. Tears of the Kingdom. Because I'm so done with this system and what it can do. And I just ain't here for the nostalgia piece and the fact that, no, I don't want to play Metro Prime this way. I don't want to play nothing else. I don't want to play Mario. They put an Odyssey 2 on the Switch. I'm not playing it. I'm done with the Switch. It's 8 freaking years old. Now you got me ranting. It's 8 freaking years old.
Got him.
Why do we need to hold? I ain't holding on to this thing no more. Nintendo, move on. Put these games and give them the like K-Bump said, give them the win so that they can actually spread their wings and fly. Stop clipping these games for this. Yeah, you sold 150. Amen, great. So what? We don't kill these games on this system anymore. You killing these games. Games suffocating with Nintendo Switch power capability. They suffering. I'm tired of the suffrage. We have made you rich. Give us a new system. Put that game over there. Like I said, next week if they don't, you gonna hear it from me. I ain't saying nothing right now. I'm holding it, but next week is on. K-Bump went quiet.
April 2nd. Let's go. April 2nd. Let's go.
So I apologize, y'all. Keith got me ranting out. I was not even trying to rant. So who want Pokemon Legends? Who want this game? Oh man, I'm done with the Switch, bro. I am so done. So I do want to talk about this. Digital cards are virtual cards. I don't know if it's digital cards or virtual cards.
It's called a virtual cards.
Virtual
Okay.
card.
So
Somebody's smart enough to explain this to me because I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
I'll be happy to explain it, but I'll let Level go if he wants to explain it.
y'all, I look, y'all. I'm not a graphics whore, but
I am.
I know you are, K. But I'm saying me.
I love graphics.
I prefer gameplay over graphics, but I do have a standard, and I feel like people. I'm not the dude that's be like, oh, I just want to play. No, I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say I'm just in it for the gameplay. That's my preferred part. Like gameplay matters more to me than graphics. But graphics ain't too far behind gameplay. I want to like what I'm looking at. And at this moment, the Switch is definitely not looking great anymore. I ain't saying these games don't look good. They do. But no, I don't want no more of that. I'm good. I don't want to spend 70 some dollars on these games not for the Switch. I'm not spending 70 more bucks on the Switch. Metroid Prime 4 would be the last game if I was to buy anything for the Switch. If I had to, that would be the last game I bought. And I would be absolutely shoving that into my daughter's room and dealing with these virtual cards and all the games she want to play on. I'm going to put it over there, and I'm going to have all my virtual cards on my Switch too. So let's get into these virtual cards. So Nintendo announced that they're, and I don't know if this is a step backwards or a step forward. I don't know how to look at this. Because from my understanding, if you had your library, you were able to put that library on any system that you had and you had access to your library, right? Am I wrong on that?
Say it one more time.
My understanding was if you with your Switch library, all your games are tied to your library and your account.
Your digital games.
Your digital games are tied to your account and your
That's
name.
what I thought too.
And if you have multiple systems, if you have that account on those systems, you have access. As long as you verify, you have access to those titles, I guess. But you can't go on the go. You can't leave. I guess you might not. I don't know how that works, but that's what I understood. But I don't know if this is a step forward or a step back. I don't know how to look at this because I don't know how it worked before. So
I can kind of give some explanation of what this is supposed to be. Okay, so my understanding is that Nintendo is trying to go into the world of trying to provide, trying to look at the digital world the same way you look at the physical world when it comes to games, and this type of setup has the same implications that you have with a physical game. So if you wanted to play a physical game on a different system, you would eject it out of the current system, take it to the other system, put it in, play it. Right? And so that's kind of the setup they have right now. To me, this is kind of their take at what Sony is doing with their share play. Right. So the way that it works on the Sony side, and see, I can find the actual name of the system. I mean, the way that it works. Let me go to my user account. Let me go to It's not authorized. Console sharing. There we go. Console sharing and offline play. So. The way that it works on the PlayStation side, I'm not exactly sure how it works on the Xbox because I don't have an Xbox this generation, but we'll talk about the PlayStation side. So let's take me and my brother. So I go and I purchase a digital game in the PlayStation Store. Let's say Madden 25. I go buy Madden 25 and I download it to so it's tied to my account.
right.
Me, K-Bomb 20, tied to my account. But I turn on console sharing and offline play. So what happens is that my brother logs into my account on his PlayStation, or I forget how to do it. He doesn't have to log into my account, but I can give him the ability to share. Hold on, volume is on this thing. Let me turn this off. Turn this down. I can give him the ability to play my digital games on his PlayStation with his account. That's the important piece, right? Because what would happen is if I go to his PlayStation and I log in with my account would be able to play those games, right? So on his PlayStation, only my account would be able to play those digital games on that system. But with console sharing and offline play, I am able to share with that console. So whoever account is on that console can play my games.
Right.
So I buy Madden 25. I can play it because it's under my account because I own it. And my brother can play it because I have console sharing on his console, which means he can play those digital games that I own on only on that particular PlayStation.
Right.
So it shares. But we can both play Madden, or we can both play NBA 2K together.
Right.
The way that this system works,
only one can.
Is that say what?
Only one person can at a time. That's why I'm asking. Is it
exactly? It is a representation of a physical disc where you have to eject it out of your system, which means you can no longer play it, and then you have to move it to the next system, which you have to make an online connection to identify that this system can now play this game. I believe that is a step back from what the Sony is already doing.
Well, I'm asking because I know Sony. I'm just saying I thought Nintendo kind of was doing that similar thing where family share. If you shared your account with another person, they can play your games that's on your account. And now, like you said, they're making digital operate like physical, where it's really, to me, you're trying to control who can play what. And it's like, why are you making a barrier where you don't have to? If, like what you described with you and your brother, if me and Keith decide, hey, we gonna share, I'm gonna share my stuff with you, you share your stuff with me, because me and my brother about to do that with the PlayStation. That's already a thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So why go backwards to make it to where if I want to play Metroid Prime 4 and I got it digitally, and me and Keith our systems are tethered, are connected to one another, so he can play it too. It's like you're trying to remove that. You're trying to stop that and force one of us to play it or the other one. So eventually, you're going to get tired of that, because if I want to play it and you got it for the 2 weeks or the 14 days before it comes back to me, then I got to keep swapping between you and myself. So it's to me it's a step back. It's a step backwards. That's what I'm gonna say. But go ahead, Keith. I'm
in agreement.
Man, I just listened to all that and whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Because I get it. You know, like if you got, I'm trying to think about it. If I had my kids here and we all got Switches or whatever, and I bought the game, I really don't want to keep buying the game multiple times. And I just, hey, I'm gonna put it on yours and you play it. I get that, but like you just said, but what if I want to play it again? Then I gotta wait to play my game.
Yeah, because they said
you have to eject it.
They said if let's say I bought Metroid Prime 4 and I let Keith borrow it, Keith will have it for 14 days, I think. And then it automatically come back to me.
But you cannot play it anymore.
I can't play it for 14 days. Whereas if I have on the PlayStation, because I don't know how Switch worked before, I think it was like this. If I have a digital anything on my PlayStation, and if my brother and my system are tethered together, then he has my account on his system, he can go into that account and play my digital games, and I can still play them here. And it's like, why not do that? Now, if this is only okay, I would say only way I see this making sense is for non-Wi-Fi accessing moments. Where if it's about Wi-Fi, if I don't have Wi-Fi, then my brother couldn't have my game. If, let's say he goes somewhere he doesn't have Wi-Fi, then all the games that he would have with my account is not accessible until we get to Wi-Fi, right? But if he's offline, this makes sense because if we're going on a trip, then I can. If my daughter has the OG Switch, I can dump all those digital games that she want to play onto her system from my account, and she has offline access to those games the whole vacation, and I still got my Switch 2, and all the games I want to play is on my system. So that makes sense. But if we can't tether our system and online be able to play across, that don't make sense to me. If it's
So I just looked it up, and it says that you have a primary system with the Switch,
right,
and then you have a non-primary system on the Switch, but only you can play your digital games on that non-primary system. So it's still not like Sony, because on the Sony take, they said your brother could play your games, but the way that the Switch has it right now, the way I'm reading it, is that other person on that system cannot play your digital games.
Right. So if he or she would have to open up my account, and if they open up my account, then my account won't. This is confusing. Anyway.
Yep. You have to play it on your account, the way that it's currently set up. So before this patch.
Okay.
Seems super unnecessary.
Yeah, it makes sense for offline play. I can see the offline benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the online benefit. If I have access to Wi-Fi, or if I'm using a hotspot on my phone, this is a step backwards. If I'm offline, this makes all the sense in the world. Like, I can give my daughter all the games she want to play, and she good because they digital there. She don't need no Wi-Fi. Now I can't play them, but I'm not gonna put the games I want to play there. I'm gonna put them on her system what she want to play. It makes sense for offline play. No Wi-Fi, no internet access. But if you got internet, I prefer to have what PlayStation has, because we both can play these games as much as we want to, as long as I own them. And I don't know. I guess I got to do some more research on it, but it is interesting. I ain't gonna say is I ain't gonna devalue it. I ain't gonna say it's a value. I ain't gonna say it's not a value. I think in circumstances it may be a value, but I don't know. And anyway, it's interesting. This is definitely for Switch 2 stuff.
The way that the PlayStation works, it's called console sharing and offline play.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play those games offline on that console.
Oh, so Nintendo.
So like I said, I don't know.
Nintendo is putting a barrier up for no reason. That's that control. That's anyway. Let's continue. So that was that. They had this scissor wheel where they actually showed. I didn't realize this. Some Xbox games, some even some PlayStation games, if I'm not mistaken, right? Even the PlayStation game.
It was a PlayStation game.
It was a PlayStation game that showed up here too.
It is. Hold on, I got it pulled up.
You help me out.
It's that rhythm game.
Yeah.
Patapon and Patapon 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was PlayStation.
So what did y'all think about some of these games? I remember this game for Xbox, but they showed it's just a sizzle wheel of a lot of stuff. This one looks cool to me. King of Meat. That looked cool. That's the name of the game, man. I ain't pausing. That's the name of the game.
King of Meat is wild, bro.
Yeah. Uncover.
I just caught it. Thank you, Keith.
What
Thank you
can
for
I
that.
do? Is the name of the game was King of
No,
Meat?
it ain't you. It ain't your fault.
Yeah.
You didn't name it King of Meat,
Right.
but you might as well name it King of Glizzies. Good Lord.
No, the glizzies and King of Meats is the meat is y'all gotta stop letting this, y'all gotta stop letting this world control these words.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Anything in this scissor wheel that stood out to y'all? You get
How terrible how life looked, yeah.
That looked horrible.
Okay, I'm not the only one that
Wait a
saw
minute,
that.
wait a
That looked terrible, man.
how life looked.
That was horrible.
It looked.
It looked horrible.
Wait a minute, man. Let me go back.
I saw him like these textures. Like, is there even a texture on that person?
Wait a minute here. Keith, you think How Life looked terrible?
Yes.
Let me go back. I need to see this.
Go back. I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, how life. And I'm like, oh, what am I looking at? like we said before, you can get anything to work on the Switch. You can make anything to work on the Switch.
Okay, so let me skip past it. Only thing I want to talk about now, everything else on this thing, like I said, this is all get out my way. But this right here,
Whew, textures.
y'all dirty boy. Hot Shots. Anybody gonna play Hot Shots? What was that Hot Shots called? Yeah, Hot Shots.
Everybody golfs.
This is the game that it was only two games on this thing that I really cared about. Metroid and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'm here for this. At first I thought it was the old school X-Men beat 'em up that was in the arcade. Then I was like, wait a minute, that kind of looks like Avengers from the arcade. Then I looked at it close. I was like, oh, yes. Wolverine in the brown suit? I'm here for this all day long. This is day one. Soon as this come out, y'all will be hearing me talk about this in my What You Been Gaming On.
You gonna get it on the Switch? The graphics?
I'm gonna get on Switch too. I get on Switch too, Keith. I told you I'm done with the Switch.
What system is it coming out for all systems or just is it?
It's coming out for everything. It's announced for everything but the Switch 2, but I'm pretty sure it'll be on Switch 2.
It'll be backwards compatible, at least.
No, I'm not getting it. Yeah, this looks dope, man. I'm a beat 'em up nut, man. I love beat 'em up. So that's it for me on this. They showed this last title, which, like I said, this should have been Metroid Prime 4 to me. Not this mess, but what is this?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. I don't know. I can't say it. I always study. Say it again, Keith.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Anybody else cared about you? Keith, you want to talk about living the dream? This should have been Metro Prime 4 spot to me.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When that person ran up on it, that was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of funny. But nah, that ain't something I'm finna invest my time in.
Right. Okay. So everybody's saying,
oh, you didn't ask us what we thought about the Marvel game. You just gonna roll past that?
My bad.
Like
my
we don't
bad.
got opinions.
My bad. I was too excited. Go ahead, K-Bun. What's your thoughts on Marvel Cosmic Invasion?
Man, jeez. Well, I'm gonna say this. No, let me not even play. It looks dope. I'm not even gonna play around. That looks dope. That's something I would definitely, absolutely play. I still think the Turtle Arcade game still looks good. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, me, my bro, and Leveled all played that Turtle games together and beat it. If I'm not mistaken, so this is definitely up. It was too short though. It was too short.
Yeah.
But this is definitely up my Wow, up my alley. Thank you very much. We use correct words. I definitely see myself.
I'm gonna get you, Nia. Give me a second. Go on, finish what you got to say, K-Bun. I'm on you, Nia. Real quick. Let me finish. Let K-Bun finish, and I got something to say.
That's all I got. I would absolutely play this game.
Yeah, I do like.
Jump in there before you do that.
I do like how you can have multiple characters with one character. Like you can switch between. Like you can call in Spider-Man.
Agreed.
I thought that was dope. Go ahead, Key.
I agree.
I wasn't really up on it because I was like, okay, another beat 'em up game. I get it. But then when they were saying the online multiplayer, and then I found out it's the same. I think it's the same devs as the Turtles game.
It is.
Oh, really?
Um,
I didn't know that.
I think
yeah,
so.
I believe so.
It kind of looked like what they did with the
That
Turtles.
Doremu and Tribute Games, the folks behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, are bringing the heroes of Marvel to a new beat 'em up game in the vein of Konami's X-Men and Data East, Captain America, yada yada yada, so on and so. So yeah, same people. But the idea, something simple, play it couch co-op. Those games are always great, and the fact that you got all those different types of Marvel characters with their different abilities, yeah, I'm down for it.
Man, Venom looks so dope, man. They got Venom. They got some characters you don't typically see in these type of games. Like old dude that was in Black Adam. What's that? The one that has the mask. What's his name?
Black Adam.
Remember the movie Black Adam? The movie that this character wore that gold mask that can multiply his body.
Black Adam is DC.
Oh, then I don't know. There's a. Go ahead, my wife calling me. Let me call
Wait,
you.
hold on.
Go
Black
ahead.
Adam is
Go ahead.
DC.
I did. I
Wait
screwed
a
that up.
minute.
Let me slap myself. Take over real quick. Go ahead, take over.
No, this is something I'll definitely get with my bro. We were definitely back in the day. We'll be doing this with Turtles arcade and Turtles in Time and everything like that. So this is definitely on my list, and I will probably be using that share play from Sony, so I don't have to buy the game twice. You know how we work. But yeah, this is definitely on the list, and I'm pretty excited to be able to play it. To be honest.
Yeah, like I said, the co-op. Me and my kids, we went through the whole Turtles game together, so I could see us definitely. They love for Marvel. They actually just watched. I did not watch it with them. I did not watch it with them, but they watched the first Fantastic Four movie.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because he was
Oh
playing
wow!
Marvel Rivals, and I guess they just added Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
They just added. He was like, "Dad, I was playing with this characters, and his body turned to fire." Blah blah blah. I was like, "You must be talking about Johnny Storm." There's a
good
movie, and
old.
he watched the movie.
Okay,
I,
I'm back.
it wasn't bad. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's
Who
not.
is this character? I think this is one of the
I agree.
Nova with the gold
Yeah, that's Nova.
mask. That's
That's
Nova.
Nova.
Okay, so I had it.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. I slapped myself. Nia Kawan said level is tweak. No, I was tripping. But anyway, let me. Are we done with this? Are we done with the direct? Everybody
Yeah,
give their
done,
grade. Okay,
done,
so let's
done.
be done with the direct. Okay, so I need everybody to give their grade. What would you grade this direct?
D. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. I'm not even gonna. Matter of fact, D minus.
Nova.
Jeez,
D minus. Okay.
D minus.
Keith, what was it? I know you gonna say because Metro was here, you gonna give it probably a little higher grade.
F plus.
What?
Is that even a thing?
That man said F
Wow.
plus.
Hey, this
Dang
direct
it.
was trash. I don't listen. I love Metroid. This direct was trash. It's not enough Metroid to save this. No. This direct was like I was anticipating this direct, and I was like, they gonna have like why are they announcing this a week before the one that we really want? They gotta be showing something. Nope.
You was anticipating this? I wasn't. I kind of.
I was because there's no
You heard that
reason
man
for it to
said.
exist. There's no reason for it to exist. There's no reason for this direct.
It should have been done earlier. That's the only reason I give.
So I'm thinking like, man, why would they do something right before April 2nd? Makes
I
no
mean,
sense.
they gotta have something. They gotta have
They
something.
must have something.
They must
They
have
had
something.
nothing.
Nada.
They had nothing.
I mean, hey. I'm gonna give it a D minus. I'm not gonna give it an F. It did have, Marvel, Cosmic Invasion. It had Metro Prime 4. So for that, I feel like it can't be an F for Metro Prime 4 and those two titles there. A D minus. Because I did enjoy seeing those. I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, that's why I leave it. So let me see, what other topics did we go on? So basically, we already talked about Metroid Prime. But I want to say this to address Sister Nia, and I hope you don't leave the church. But Nia, I did not say Metroid Prime 4 didn't look good. It looked good for the Switch. That's what I said. That's what Keith said. I said the same thing.
And you can't use me.
No, I agree with you. I said it looks good for the Switch. So no, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't. But it does look like it's on the Switch. That it does look like. And now that I know there was something really way more powerful that got Nintendo on the front of it, I want to see it over there. And I want to see it taking advantage of that power. That's all I'm saying. So I'll leave it at that. So next week, yeah, you slap yourself there. Anyway. I love you, though. I love you. I do. But you had to slap yourself on that. So next week is the week. I'm going to give us 20 minutes. Because next week is the week that it all happens. The Nintendo Switch 2 will be finally fully showcased. We got the teaser back in January we got the reveal of the console, which you're seeing in front of you right now. This is my video, so I don't think I can get in trouble. I played this a lot, but I'm gonna speed it up anyway. I think speeding it up gets you by.
I mean, we made it this far.
Yeah, I sped that mug up, so I think if you speed it up, you can use it. But so I need predictions. K-Bum first. Keith, let me come to K-Bum first because I gotta ask him the question, and then we can go into. No, what I say that question, or should I save it? No. I'm gonna go with it. So, K-Bum, I'm going to ask you two questions, then, Keith, I'm going to come to you with the first question. What are your expectations and predictions for this reveal? Maybe you don't need to. Maybe this ain't for you. Maybe I don't need to ask you your predictions. So I'm going to go to Keith first. I'm trash host right now. Keith, what is your predictions for the Switch 2 reveal next week? What do you believe you're going to see? What's going to be there?
Let's see. I'm gonna give my prediction on the direct. So my predictions is Nintendo is going to stand firm on separating or making it obvious the differences between the Switch and the Switch 2. I think they're gonna really double down on it. I think they're gonna show. I don't know about order, but they're gonna show how the Joy-Cons are different. They're gonna use if you're familiar with music and you're trying to do a mix or whatever, you have a reference track. So they're going to give you reference games like a Mario Kart 8. We've seen Mario Kart 8 for the past, 10, 12, 11 years or whatever. I don't know. We've seen Mario Kart 8. And then they're going to show you how Mario Kart 9 is different. They're going to go right into it and show you how better and how much more graphical and all this other stuff Mario Kart 9 is going to be. So Mario Kart 9 is going to be there. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be back. But this time on the Switch 2, you're going to see all of that. But I think they're just really going to double down on showing you the differences of the Switch and the Switch 2, gameplay, graphics, all that. And we're also going to finally get some release dates. Metroid Prime 4 is going to get a release date next week. The Switch 2 is going to get a release date. Pre-order is going to go up. As far as what games, I want Nintendo to tell me what they're going to show me. Also, they're going to highlight. This is my prediction. They're going to highlight the difference between playing your Switch games and what playing them on the Switch 2 does for them. It may not be an overhaul in graphics, but it may be a performance enhancement. You know what I mean? Just a native, natural performance enhancement. All the shortcomings that the Switch was having, like pop-ins and bad frames, stuff like that. All of that will be earned out just by playing it on superior hardware. That's my predictions.
K-Bum, I'm going to ask you the same question. Then I'm going to come back to what do you need to see. But what is your prediction?
Thought you weren't going to ask me. Well, so my prediction is that kind of on the same lines, Key. I think they have to highlight. They showed it. I mean, it was the emphasis on the first trailer, which is what's the difference between the Switch and the Switch 2. And so I think they're going to do a good job of highlighting that, making sure you understand that this is something totally different. I think they're going to lead into some of that graphical differences or that power that will allow them to do certain things that they couldn't do on the Switch. We might even see some talk of AI. Probably not much, if any. I don't think Nintendo are really trying to will try to emphasize that. But we might. I think we're gonna find out what. I know this sounds bad, but this is kind of par for the course. I think they're gonna kind of show us what the gimmick is for this one, and not in a bad way. It's always something to separate the Nintendo generations. It's always something unique to that particular thing that's usually seen as a gimmick. But they're going to kind of highlight that one in this direct. Probably go into some extra time with that piece, and then we're going to see some games. We're going to see the first party lineup. We're gonna see some third party surprises, maybe. Are some maybe if not surprises, definitely some third party games that that never saw the light of day on the Switch. I think they're going to highlight how those are now going to be done on the Switch too, and how that's going to be playing to their long term success of the Switch. I would love to see. So I'm going. That's what we're going to see. I believe. Then what I would love to see is them talk about internet online enhancements. I think talking about online enhancement is going to be huge here, because that's one of the things that Nintendo still has yet to do right. They fumbled the bag, continue to fumble the bag on that one. So I think that's. I hope I'm reaching here. That's going to be one of those things that they showcase and display, and we get a good understanding of and how they're going to improve that aspect of their console. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Definitely a release date, which is going to be great. But what makes Nintendo is their first party lineup, and we're going to get a good dose of that. It's what I'm taking.
Okay, read some of these comments. They said D sounds about right. It's about a B for me. Matty Jazz, welcome to the show, bro. I had to give you your shots out. So let me get to where we talking about now. It says this. Nia said, I think y'all still be disappointed. The Switch 2 will look good, but not that good. I disagree with that. Dark 301 says 60 frames per second Xenoblade, 60 frames per second Zelda. That's Nia. The video game heard that. Mouse. Okay, so Cyberpunk is going to be there. That's what Dark 301 says. To be honest, the only thing I need to see from Nintendo is real online, which I doubt we get. Okay, so for me, the first thing I believe Nintendo is going to do is they're going to come out and they're going to show a game, and then they're going to show the Switch 2 Magic, which is the DLSS enhancement. Like they're going to really, I feel like they're going to really push what makes this system tick with that DLSS. They're going to show the enhancements and what's possible. I don't know what game they're going to use to show that, but they're going to show that, especially the difference between on-the-go play and docked play. So I think they're going to go into some details with that DLSS stuff with NVIDIA. I think that's going to be really. I think that's what K-Bun, what you say, the gimmick. I think that's going to be the gimmick with the Switch. I think that's what they're going to do. I also believe that they're going to show a lot more features with that phone app and their online features, and something like Miiverse making a return and having some connectability between the system and that phone app. I don't think this phone app is just for us getting news, but I think it has more functions that they ain't showing yet. I do believe.
What, like be able to voice chat on the phone?
I don't think it'll be for voice chat. I think that's good.
God, I hope not.
I think it's going to be like what you do, which you can on your phone. You can jump onto your Sony community and still be engaging while you're away. And I think Nintendo kind of touched on it with that last app, but I think they're going to realize it with this app, whatever. I think it's going to be a lot of stuff with that phone. Not voice chat stuff. I'm talking about like being able to engage the community, all that from your phone as well. Like whatever. I think it's going to be like Miiverse, but you do it on your system and on your phone. That's just a thought. But I think they're going to also show how the magic of the Switch 2 enhances older games. K-Bum, you kind of touched on that. I believe that's going to happen. Like they're going to show how this. And the reason I believe they're going to do that because they did this with the new DS or the DS. Which one was it, Keith? What the advanced DS or what was that? New DS?
Yes.
What is the new DS?
Or it might be new. You might be right.
I think it was the new DS. They showed how these games made the frame rates better, and it cleaned up stuff. I remember them showing Kid Icarus, and they also showed some games that could only be played on the new the new DS that couldn't be played on the original one. So,
which was only Xenoblade,
right? So I believe we're gonna see that where they're gonna show how the new system improves older games and improves their frame rates and their stability, and then they're gonna also show games that are exclusive for, was it new 3DS? Okay, new 3DS. They're going to show games that are exclusives for the Switch 2. Then they're going to have their cross-gen titles, and they're going to show the differences. I think they're going to do something like that. I do believe it's going to be, you're going to be able to pre-order it that same day, because the Switch was done like that. The original Switch, you was able to pre-order it that same day, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they're going to really highlight some third party. I think that's where you probably get to see the Call of Duty that we've been, and Microsoft is going to probably have a strong presence there with some of their first party titles. I believe Nintendo cleared out the deck with all this stuff so they can focus on their third party partnerships and they preferred first party titles like Mario, I think Metroid Prime 4, Mario Kart 9, and then I think they might have a few unexpected titles in there. We might see a snippet of something like Splatoon, the next Splatoon, maybe in a highlight wheel showing it, but not, stuff like that. And then you get to third-party partnerships where you see Phil come and talk, and you see some other group come and talk about their game and how they really enjoying the system and what it can do, and showcasing how better and how much more improved third-party is on the Switch 2. I believe all that's going to take place. Then you're going to get the price, and then you're going to get the pre-order, and then it's going to be a done deal. That's kind of what I think they're going to do. So I believe the sauce is going to be DLSS and that whole dynamic. They may show that Zelda game that everybody was talking about that was shown behind the scenes, like showing how Breath of the Wild looked on the Switch, and then showing the Switch 2 magic of how much it can make this game look better. Like that type of stuff would be how they introduce it, and then get into the built up from the ground up titles then third party, and then features of the controller like the mouse stuff and all that. That's what I think they're gonna do. So that's my expectation. So I'm excited. Now, K-Bomb. And Keith, you can answer this too, but I'm gonna throw it at K-Bomb first. Because I don't think this applies to me and you, Keith. What do they need to show you to make you be I gotta pre-order this today?
Oh Lord.
In order for me to pre-order that day, next week, I have, and this is me. This is my perspective. Again, this is how I game. I have to be blown away visually, and it has to have a game that makes me say I have to play that on that system. If there's no games that, if it's just the plethora of platformers that Nintendo is known for, that won't make me budge at all. But if it's a game that I see that they showcase that makes me say, crap, I have to get a system to play this game. I still don't see myself pre-ordering that day, even if that. It would have to completely blow me away visually to make me do that. Because I would possibly get it later, but to make me get it that day, it would have to blow me away on the visual sense. It would have to be a game would have to be that legit that I have to get this system in order to play this game. So it would have to be exclusive. And it would have to be the online features would have to be upped and fixed for me to want to do that. And so those are the kind of the three outliers that would make me say, forget that. I'm going to pre-order me a Switch 2 right now.
Okay. Let me ask this part. So you said when you're talking about visual now. Is this in comparison to like PlayStation 5, or is this like handheld in lieu of
handheld? What a handheld can do.
Okay, all right. So
has to blow me. It has to make me say, "Wow, I didn't know a handheld can do that."
Okay, Keith, name one game or name two games, first party and two third party games that you would love to see on the Switch 2 showcased. Two first party, two third party. And in the comment section, y'all do the same thing. What two first party titles do you want and desire to see Nintendo show off at next week? And what two third party titles would you like to see show up to be showcased there? And I ask you the same thing, K.
First party?
Yeah, Nintendo first party. I hear you. Stop playing. Third party will be Microsoft first party. Stop it, bro. Go ahead.
I would want to see Grand Theft Auto 6. Not for me, but I want to see it on there.
That's you out there, ain't you? Go ahead.
He came right for the neck. Jeez.
Yeah, I want to see Grand Theft Auto 6. And keep it Rockstar. I want to see Red Dead Redemption 2.
You just want I know what you're going for. If they get them two games, you pretty much everything else gonna be. All the other third parties will be like having to come. Yeah, that's
you have to, and EA will have to put their best foot forward.
Right.
Football. First party. I don't have an answer for that one. I'm more along the lines of Nintendo. Just show me what you're working with. Pause. I just want to see what they would bring to the table. I don't want to put a cap on.
I'm just saying wishful thinking. It ain't gonna ruin nothing if they don't. I'm just saying wishful thinking.
I know. I'm just saying like the way this is how I see Nintendo. Like when I bought what's the game Emio, I had no expectations for that. It was like, oh look, this is dope.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I'll play the game.
Emio.
It's fire. Donkey Kong, something I got 64, like a 3D Donkey Kong game, and Star Fox. I want to see Star
Oh,
Fox.
come on. Okay, what is yours? I thought for sure you was
Let,
gonna
let,
say.
let the man have his.
I can't
Yeah,
even.
I thought for
I
sure
wasn't
I was
even
gonna
gonna
hear.
answer.
I thought for sure I was gonna hear of a game we've been talking about this whole time. But okay, well,
What, Metroid?
yeah.
I thought that's a given.
No, we don't know. But anyway, just that was your list. I don't want to knock your
I
list.
just want to touch on it. From my comments, Nia said none of those things will happen.
Let me see.
From
What she
everything that
got?
I said.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, K Bun. What two third party titles would you like to see, and what two first party titles? And I know that first party gonna be
Um,
challenging, but
I would love to see Madden
okay.
on the system. I would love to see Madden come through, go head over and be part of the Switch family. That'll be dope. And we're not gonna. I would say we're not gonna see GTA 6. They're not gonna show that on Switch. If they show that on the Switch, then that's bananas. Uh, but I doubt that. Um, Another third party game. I would love to see, even though it doesn't move the needle for me. But I would like to see people putting their uh the foot first is to just surprise us with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think that'd be dope if they popped up and show that, yeah, with their partnership with Ubisoft, now they're bringing over these titles as well. I think that would just continue to show this partnership that Ubisoft and Nintendo has. Um, Other than that, I don't have anything else for third party. I think seeing EA play ball would be huge because they've been some of the ones that has been um, one of the ones that's pushed back the most with Nintendo. So seeing them jump over ship and jump ball, I would love to see Rockstar, as he said, but I just don't see that as a possibility happening. But as far as first party, I don't know. It may have to be a new IP, right?
Okay.
There, there's no IP for Nintendo that makes me say I have to have a Nintendo system, because if it was, I would have had a Nintendo system. Um, so the only thing that I enjoy, that I truly enjoy on a Nintendo system, is Mario Kart. That is the only first party Nintendo game that I would religiously play, is Mario Kart, and I already know that's coming, and it's not enough to move the needle. So it would have to be something else. It would have to be something that I can't even think of right now. Piece that, like I said, they're known for their platform. It just doesn't. And they're I guess 2D games, which they showed a lot of that in this last direct, but nothing really moves the needle for me. So it may have to be something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I too agree with you. I was going to say Madden, not because I'm so necessarily into Madden, but I believe if Madden is there, that means to me third party is taking this system serious. Like a Madden, because I believe Call of Duty is going to be there, and I believe Call of Duty maybe indication that the online stuff may be a lot more improved. That could be an indicator that online may be better with the Switch too. I'm not holding my breath, but if Madden shows up, then that would be more indication that there may be some better with the online services. So yeah, I was gonna say Madden for that reason, because I believe if they secure Madden and you get the real Madden, not a knockoff, heavily sedated Madden, but like Madden.
Like they did with FIFA.
Yeah, not the FIFA experience, but full-fledged Madden
Right.
with all the bells and the whistles. That's gonna say a lot to me, along with a Call of Duty. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna name a few more. I want the next Gears. And I know that's probably, I believe it will come, but I know that I don't think Microsoft is gonna show Gears on this system. They'll probably show that on the PlayStation 5. But I would love to see Gears. I think it's Gears 6 or is it Gears 5? No, Gears 5. That new Gears D-Day or whatever it's called show up on the Switch. I don't believe that's going to happen, but I would love to see Phil. So I want to show we bringing this title. So that's one. What else? Third party. The new Ninja Gaiden. I would love to see that there. What Microsoft and Sony showed, I would love to see. Nintendo also. E-Day, thank you. E-Day, thank you, Dark 301. I would love to see that new Ninja Gaiden there. That would be dope to me. To see that finally announced for the system. Far as first party, of course I want to see Odyssey 2 or Godyssey 2 or whatever. I want to see Mario. I want to see the next Mario. I want to see. I want to see something with Kid Icarus. Somebody put that in there, but I was going to say this. I heard that old boy that made Kid Icarus is working on an original IP for the Switch 2. But I would love to see Kid Icarus remade, that 3DS game remade with the voice acting and all that stuff for the Switch 2. Now, would that happen? Probably not, but I would love to see it. Of course, I want to see Metro Prime 4 with the enhanced visuals from I'm cheating, y'all. I'm giving y'all more games than I said.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm cheating. But I want to see Metro Prime 4 enhanced, Wii U 2, Switch 2 enhanced features. And I want to see that Zelda HD version on the Switch 2. And I want to see a new IP. Something that's original. I want it to be action-packed. I want it to be over the top. And I want it to be a showpiece for this system. Something new that's out the box, first party. Almost like remember Keith on the GameCube they had what's that game called? Eternal Darkness?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like something that's out the box like that. That's from Nintendo that you wouldn't expect in a genre that you wouldn't expect. That's what something new, and then like K-Bone said, a new IP, and then everything else is just be icing on the cake for me. So yeah, that's what I want to see. Forza, I want maybe a Forza, since that's room to be coming places. I want to see how this mouse stuff works. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for next week. Let me ask this: who you think gonna have a bigger impact, third party or first party?
Third party.
I think first party.
Okay. Keith, why third party?
I think they're gonna show it ain't gonna be 1-on-1 with the competition, but I think they're gonna show that the Switch is capable of producing titles that are comparable with what the competition is putting out.
Okay. Keith, why first party?
People don't buy Nintendo systems for third party. They buy it for the first party. So I think the more first party games that are on the system, and the better they are, the more systems they're likely to sell. So I think they will focus on showcasing the power of their first party, and how that, to me, that's going to have the bigger impact on their consumer base and what they're trying to accomplish as a company and as a new system.
I think it's gonna be third party, and I think it's gonna be third party because we're gonna be so shocked at what they can actually bring to the system. I believe first party is going to have those standout gems that we expect, but I think we're going to be so blown away by just what they can bring from a third party perspective that we would have never thought they could bring it and be at that level is what's going to steal the show. Like third party in its full glory, not held back, is going to be, I think, a bigger impact this time around than first party. Not that it's going to outdo first party when it comes to what's being sold and what's selling. I'm saying it's really going to be what's going to be the talk is when people see a Red Dead Redemption 2 in its full glory, to see if a Madden came in its full glory, to see Call of Duty 6 looking like it look on the Xbox S and maybe even close to even Xbox X and all that. That's going to be, to me, what's going to be like the talk, even over first party showings, because we know what first party going to do. I think that third party, seeing the third party in its full glory with all the bells and whistles, we ain't seen that in Nintendo in years. And even with the Switch, we didn't see that. We had the impossible ports like Doom that was a big talk, which actually helped prop up the Switch to sell like itself because some of these titles was making their way. I think the third party is going to be the standout. Like when we leave, we're like, I didn't think that would look like that. I didn't think they could bring that out. Man, they really bringing these games, and these are real AAA titles. But it ain't going to, I feel like it's still going to be a first party game that's going to be the main game that stands out, but I think third party going to be the talk because of what they can bring over. So I'm going to say third party. I'm with Keith. All right. So anything else? So y'all, we literally just are we doing, are we going to talk about this on Wednesday or are we waiting to Thursday? Do we need to do a special podcast on Wednesday?
No, man, we don't change.
We gonna stay with Thursday.
Yeah,
boy.
It's a release of a console, so yeah. I'm open to do it on Wednesday.
We might have to do it on Wednesday, Keith. I know we got Bible study.
I'm outvoted. I'm already outvoted.
I ain't say. I think okay. We play it like this. Woo, Keith, this is pretty. We might need to do one Wednesday night, but I ain't saying I will. I am not saying I will yet.
I think it depends on what they show.
What they show. If what they show could be held off to Thursday, I'm down with. But if they blow this thing out the water, and we sit up here losing our brains, then we got to talk that night. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, just to get that out and then come back on Thursday and do a full-fledged. But like just a quick, man, maybe, I know we can't do 30 minutes, but we can try. Like maybe just a 30-minute, just thoughts on what we saw and then come back and talk deeper on the next. We'll play it out, but I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I am excited. Well, that was your cast for tonight. We gave y'all 2 hours and close to 30 minutes. When somebody tells Stephen A to go sit down and get off this tour, brother got all in his dude's feelings. Tell Stephen A to sit down somewhere. My team lost tonight, I'm hurt. But being on here with you guys was encouraging. I'm going to let these dudes sign out. K-Bum, you got the floor. Go ahead and sign out, bro.
Yeah, man. Enjoyed the podcast. Even though it was a pure Nintendo podcast, and the program will be the same thing for the next 2 weeks, but it's all good. Definitely had plenty to share. Did not go to sleep this time, even though it was that direct almost put me to sleep. No lie, I was almost knocked out. I said, I gotta do this for the podcast. I gotta stay strong. So I woke myself up and finished whatever that dry podcast. Dry direct. Anyway, enjoyed myself today. Enjoyed the comment section. You guys showed up today. I appreciate it. You guys were in there having a conversation. I saw we had some people watching, so hopefully we keep the momentum going to the big reveal for the Switch 2 next week. It's going to be a lot of conversation, a lot of things to kind of dissect and pick apart. So please join us next week as we try to figure out what's the best way to do it. But just know we will be here either Wednesday or Thursday. We will be here talking about this system and everything that is going to be able to do, and how excited level and Keith is about the system, and how I just looked at the video. We'll see. They can always change my mind, but we'll see.
Keith, I didn't ask you this question, man, real quick. While you gave me your shots, your closeout, what do you think the chosen one this time is talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I mean, the obvious would be Samus, but I have no idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe. Yeah.
Chosen one is really being played up in this one, like she chosen in a whole nother prophecy. So this got to have some ties to the same group of people that, the Chozo. Is it the Chozo? Yeah, Chozo.
Chozo, yep.
Yeah, so it got to have some ties. Some interesting where it's going. Yeah, so she's the chosen one with them. She can't be the chosen one somewhere else. So they got to be connected. But go ahead and sign out, bro.
Ushers, deacons, lock the door. Give me your $20.
All right, Marvin Sapp. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
No, man, it was a good one. Listen. We went back and forth about Metroid Prime 4. I'm anticipating something great next week as well. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just going at level or anything like that, but I'm anticipating something great as well, and I'm anticipating it to be spectacular. But even if it's not, I still think this game looks very good, and I can't wait to play Metroid Prime 4. It was a great podcast. Everybody showed out in the comment section, man. As always, we truly do appreciate that. I can't wait to get back on Xenoblade Chronicles X, and maybe some people who didn't get a chance to play it the first time around, they can play it this time around, because it's truly a masterpiece of a game. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Wednesday, it's going down. Wednesday, everybody stay healthy. Wednesday.
Shouts out to Fred215 after see he said Mario Paint gonna come back. Yeah. Man, y'all kept the lid in this comment section. We got up to about 17, 18 at one point. So y'all keep it coming, man. We thank y'all for showing up. Nia, Comic Book Crunch. Who else is out here? Chariot Man, Kawan. We had a lot of y'all in here tonight. Dark 301. Y'all was really in here. Maddie Jazz. Let me see. Darkwing Dragon was here. Let me see. I'm not missing you guys. I like when y'all be coming and keeping us honest. I just said, okay, and Alan Steed and Fred 215. Thank y'all for showing up. But yeah, man, we got to get out of here. I'm excited for next week. I believe we're going to be really pleased. I am not tempering my expectations. I believe Nintendo is really going to show up. I believe they know they got to, but that's my fear, is because I know they got to show up. But when Nintendo in their bag, man, they in their bag. If they can capture what they had with Reggie and Iwata when they was doing the Kung Fu, if they come out to kicking like that, I think we in for a good time. So I'm interested in what's going to happen, but I think they're going to show up. I think they're going to show out. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with third party. I think we're going to get some gems first party that we didn't expect. And yeah, E-Day. Please, Phil, bring us E-Day. But anyway, this is the Live Level Gaming Podcast. Till next time, y'all be blessed. Stay safe. This is Live Level signing out. Deuces. Peace.
we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got but we got but we got Smash Bros though.
Maybe we might see an F-Zero. Maybe Darkwing. Maybe.